And that would be the Headless Horseman. A massive figure stands before Kiri. The grating sound of metal rubbing against metal harasses their ears. That was not the sound of grating metal. Metallic armor, rough and blackened, covers the figure's body. A mantle spotted with stains flutters in the storm. The figure looks like it stepped straight out of a medieval battlefield. Slowly it leans forward. A circular patch of black can be seen. A void exists in place of its head. The sound of a low-pitched flute continues to sound from that black hole. The blare swirls in the stormy night. Kiri narrows her eyes and glares at the hole with a piercing gaze. The Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. Born in a place permeated with strange magic on the outskirts of New York, the dark being hails from the land of Sleepy Hollow. The corners of Mary's eyes slant up. Her cheeks convulse and her teeth produce a grating sound. Her crimson dress flutters intensely in defiance of the raging wind. That was not a grr, that was a... I meant to press it, but I missed. Mary's back teeth grind against each other. Alright. Something red drips down from her dress. When it touches the wet stone pavement, there's a chain of sizzling sounds like that of water touching a red-hot frying pan. Steam. As the red drops continue to fall from her dress, at the place where they hit the ground, a small hole begins to form. At the same time, white steam starts to envelop her. Alright. Do that again. Yeah, okay. The bellowing sound from its neck changes. It becomes a harsh, howling bass. Is that supposed to be laughing? With a thud, Mary slams her foot into the stone pavement, then advances. I don't fucking know. Put a hand out in front of her, advance. Discretion is maybe the better part of valor here. Yeah. Kiri stops Mary with her hand. Whoops. Mary's lips part, revealing a set of firmly clenched teeth. Bullshit. The sound coming from the horseman rises in pitch. He screeches at them, teasing, provocative. Kiri exhales sharper and the sound disappears. A cross-shaped metallic weapon the size of a man's hand spins through the air and flies into the Headless Horseman's hollow neck. With four sharp protrusions, the weapon uses centrifugal force to pierce enemies. The Shuriken. The Juji Shuriken. Yes, I know what a shuriken is, thank you. It's an ancient Japanese... Jesus fucking Christ. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a spoon. It has a long straight handle and a slight bowl-shaped end, usually with a bit of an oval teardrop, kind of shape to it, typically with a tapered end pointing away from the handle, used to scoop things. The spoon. Two more shurikens strike the horseman, causing him to stagger and the plates in his armor to grind against each other. Yeah, see, Mary, look, a ranged attack, just pepper him from the distance. Kiri beckons to the Headless Horseman. Alright then. The horseman casually plunges his hand into the hole in his neck and fishes out the shuriken. As he discards them on the street, each hits the ground with a resonating clink. Right then. The wind produces a muffled screech. In the short span of time between the setting of the sun and the fall of darkness, the sky will become a deep azure. It is that color. The color of azure. Alright? The air rising from his neck is colored with shades of azure. Okay, God, you're using that word a little too much. It is the color of the blood that runs through dark beings. The blood of demons. Once again, Kiri's arm slices the air open. A bow shuriken is thrown from her hand. The bow shuriken. Here we go. Unlike the cross-shaped Juji shuriken, these are thin rods with a sharpened tip. Due to the fact they are rod shape, it takes a considerable amount of practice to be able to pierce an opponent. However, upon striking a target, they pierce much more deeply than Juji shuriken and create far deeper wounds. The Headless Horseman's right arm flashes, produces a stock anime sound effect, and now he has a sword. Silver sparks flicker with the clink of metal. The deflected bow shuriken sticks in the stone pavement. Something blue can be seen in the horseman's right hand. A massive sword, both long and wide, shines blue from the darkness, blue light dancing on like flames. The sword! A weapon wielded in what? No. The Zweihander. Oh my god, no, don't, I was joking. I fucking hate you. It is a gigantic sword that reaches up to 1.8 meters in length. Taking advantage of its length, German mercenaries during medieval times used it to cleave the shafts from their enemies' spears. Such a sword is currently being slung around with ease, gripped by only one hand. The amount of power in that arm is evident. Go get what? Something else you can explain to me? Oh, please do. We're all still out in the rain! I'm sorry to interrupt you. Belated. Add her head to his collection. An affirmative. Now get, before I have to pound y'all into the ground. Such riveting. His dialogue adds so much depth to the story, don't you think? Kiri motions to Mary with her hand. So let's really piss it off. Mary grabs the girl's legs and holds them under each of her arms. He's gonna drag her. She drags in, crunches girl on the ground, bringing her into the store. Her head bumping across every little bump, crack, and indentation of the concrete. The horseman's flute-like bellows grow louder as if in protest. Your visage assaults my eyes, offends my vision. Begone, thought! The rain drops on the horse and it swirls like a tornado. Ew! Ew! I'm sorry, that's all that looks like to me. In that hole between his shoulders, upon which there normally would be a head, there's a sound of a large amount of air being sucked in. The hole deforms, resembling the mouth of a lamprey, and undulates in a disturbing fashion. Now he's neighing. By changing the shape of the hole, he seems to be producing a noise. No, a voice. He booms loudly, the sound seeming to rend the air in storm. Okay. Oh, look, he's producing words. Oh, that's so good. Now, can you say mama? The horseman's howl rides the storm and crashes into Kiri's body. Kiri shakes it off without a hint of difficulty, then glares at the horseman with the piercing gaze of an eagle. You wouldn't know, of course. You might have forgotten. It's been so long. You know what ears are, though, don't you? She spreads out her massive ears in an intimidating fashion. I think it's just showboating. Like, look, remember these ears? What you used to have and you don't anymore? Oh, so sad. How dare you taunt me with ears? Okay, then. Are you trying to say shinobi, or are you trying to tell her to shoo? Oh, now there's another MacGuffin. She fiercely stamps her foot on the stone pavement, splashing the water underfoot sharply. Begone, thought! The horseman swings his sword in a large circle before roaring again. The blue blood spewing out of the void in his neck encircles him in a thick fog. Fuck, man. By the time the wind disperses the fog, the Headless Horseman is nowhere to be found. Like the cheapest Batman smoke grenade trick I've ever seen. Jesus. The storm is gone, and an unnerving silence befalls the night. Kiri and Mary are on the first floor of their store. Off to the side of the main shop floor is a small storage area. Items are scattered about in a peculiar fashion, seemingly organized and yet not. There's a strange sense of comfort about the place. It exudes a sense of entropy that suggests the area is far from neglected. A refreshing aroma reminiscent of the forest at dawn wafts from the piles of wooden crates along the wall. Cha, the character for tea, can be seen in various places on the crates. It appears they hold Japanese tea leaves. An unassuming couch sits at the back of the room. Luctus et ante falcibus aliquam telus something tempus is a libero sit amat blended way libero. Okay, what's with the Latin on the walls? The two of them look at the skinny girl sleeping on it. I think I might have actually skipped that by accident. Something about probably the couch and the girl, whatever. Kiri takes her animal ears in her hands and stuffs them into her hair. Just pushes them back down. She carelessly runs her hands through her silken hair, casually brushing the strands over her ears to hide them. Mary watches this and decides with a look of astonishment. You wore a dress out into a rainstorm. Shut up. Plus, her hair looks fine, so... Mary pouts, truly unsatisfied. Is that... Right, I'm finished. Is that supposed to be a hint at something? Might there be unrequited feelings? Rules of hospitality are, I don't know how widespread they were in the ancient world, actually. I know a lot of different cultures had their own versions and, variants of them, but I'm not sure to where all, what extent it's spread out, whatever. The statement is made in an offhand
そ
way.
れっていろいろと問題がありそうな気がするけど、まあそういうキリだから私も助けてもらえたんだろうけど。
I mean, usually the hospitality rules sort of go into the, well, as far as I'm aware, they tend to go into the, well, to go down the line of thought that, you know, so long as the guest does not, doesn't do anything to shirk the hospitality or, you know, then they're protected or something like that. I don't know. I'm bad at talking at the best of times, and right now I'm tired and my head's in a weird space. And
メアリーは別よ。私が趣味で助けただけ。
to have fun with you.
趣味なんだ。
Okay
助けたら楽しそうだったからそうしただけよ。服部家の家訓とは関係のない話だわ。
then. Her expression is oddly serious when she says that. Then she places a hand on the girl's
とり
clothes.
あえず服を脱がせてしまいましょう。
There we go.
脱がす？キリのエッチ。
Well, you're stupid.
一体どんな愚かな想像をしているの？聞きたくないけど一応聞かせてもらおうかしら。
Oh yeah, you really, you definitely don't want to know now, but yeah. But I'm not curious. What is it?
聞きたくないけど聞きたいのは私の方だよ。こんな痩せっぽちな女の子に何をしようと考えてるの？
Is this turning you on? Okay.
少なくともメアリーが想像しているようなことは考えていないわね。
Do try to hide your disappointment, dear.
キリは全然分かってない。冷静になって。
What?
全然分かってないのも冷静になるのもメアリーだと思うわ。
Yeah.
痩せて骨張った女の子を抱きしめても全然楽しくないよ。キリの好みは私みたいに出るとこはちゃんと出てる女の子でしょ。
When did this turn into jealousy? Just out of fucking whatever.
勝手に私の好みを決めないでほしいわね。
Mary clenches her fists and shakes her blonde hair back and forth.
我慢できなくなったらいつだって私に来ていいから。他の女の子には手を出さないであげて。これ以上犠牲者を増やさないで。
What? Don't you? I don't want there to be any more victims. What?
犠牲者を出したことないわ。それに残念だけどメアリーをそういう目で見たことないから。
Surprisingly, Mary has a grin on her face and laughs a little.
そんなこと言って強がっちゃって。本当は私に対して口にすることもはばかれるような熱情を抱いてるって知ってるんだぞ。
Okay, why don't you keep that and your little theories to Wattpad, alright? Kiri widens her eyes to an almost comical degree, the effect mocking.
私の気持ちがバレていたとは気づいていなかったわ。お見通しに決まってるよ。
Oh my god, you're not actually buying it, are you?
それを口にしたということは。
She produces a length of straw rope from somewhere, and from fucking anime rules. It's just some pocket dimension just exists in the space around her, and swings it, causing a sharp crack that cuts to the open space. The girl looks at Mary with a gaze so cold it seems to freeze the air around her.
私がしてみたいことは縛られて身動きできなくなったメアリーを干渉することよ。
Okay.
なんだ、もっと恐ろしいことかと思った。キリが望むならそのくらい受け入れてもいいよ。
Pardon me?